and then some really deep cuts on the mythology like we talked about when we talked about the casting announcements. So yeah, we're gonna just move on because I'll just keep talking Mortal Kombat all day. Hello, Big Show nerds. So today is an episode that is a little small, but it's pretty mighty. So we are including some extra content for today's episode. On this stream, I will be including the gaming and tech section because there are some interesting things that are going to have some implications for the Big Show Entertainment Network and probably Black Lion endeavors as a whole, not just the entertainment wing, which is Ben Entertainment. So either way, thank you for joining me, nerds. This is your Nerd News Headlines. I am Dustin, and here comes an intro. Okay, so real quick housekeeping. If you are following on Big Show Entertainment, then stay tuned for more movie reviews. If you are listening on Nerdy Legion, then my apologies because I'm about to plug something that is a visual sponsor, kind of. But otherwise, not a whole lot going on for housekeeping. Still trying out new gear. Turned out okay last time. I think I can make it better though. Gonna have to insulate some sound stuff, but we're trying some different levels and things. Anyway. So yeah, technical things aside, real quick, today's episode is brought to you by this is one of the oldest shirts I have up on the website, generallynerdy.net. But it is the Your Mom Thinks I'm Advertiser Friendly shirt. Those of you watching can see the shirt. It's quite lovely. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Super awesome. I think I'm clever. Anyway, you can go find that again over on the General Stores page on the generallynerdy.net website. All of that being said, that's all we have for housekeeping, so let's get into the news. Let's get into gaming and tech. This is actually much more tech-based this time. We do have a couple of gaming news. First up, we are talking follow-ups, and that's where all of our gaming news comes from. And the first piece in follow-ups is Dead Space. It has been officially announced. As far as I can tell, I didn't see it directly from the studio that's developing the game because I think there's still only been the announcement that the game's existing. Either way, we have reports from multiple sources saying that the next Dead Space game is not going to be a continuation, is not even technically going to be a reboot, but an entire remake of the first game. So going forward on new generation of consoles, we're going to get a new generation of survival horror, which kind of is, after playing a little bit of Dead Space 3, I can see why this was chosen. This was the direction they chose. I don't necessarily agree that it was 100% necessary, but I don't make games, so we're gonna keep moving on. Our next piece is our only other gaming piece, and it is a quick update for Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11, it was announced just this morning that no more shall it be supported from NetherRealm. NetherRealm has officially moved on to their next project 100%. What that next project is, we still don't know, but we do know that there will not be that promised Combat Pack 3, which sucks. But it is what it is, so we're continuing on. Our next update, follow-up, whatever, has to do with TikTok. And this is actually something we reported on a few months back. TikTok has officially extended the length of the videos that you can upload to the service. It has gone from just 1 minute maximum to a 3-minute maximum. So 300% more of what you could do before. That's pretty crazy. That's all we have for that. So let's move into actual news. And actual news, we've got a couple of tech things, and they're both new social media, both new platforms, I guess is more appropriate. So kind of under the radar release on Sunday was a platform known as GETTR, GETTR. It is the quote unquote new free speech platform, structured very similarly to Twitter, surprisingly. I haven't done all of the research to get, all of the really nerdy bits, like how long of a video can I upload to GETTR, and how, all of that. I've only kind of just scratched the surface, but so far looks very, very similar to Twitter, and there's a couple of noteworthy things here. Like I kind of said a moment ago, it is the quote-unquote free speech platform, kind of like Parler claimed to be, though this one seems to be much more well-regulated. That being said, only time will tell what happens here. But the other really big noteworthy thing about this is who developed it. This was developed by ex-Trump spokesperson Jason Miller. That is right, ex-President Trump spokesperson Jason. So his personal spokesperson, I don't think it was spokesperson for the president necessarily, but his personal spokesperson had to relieve himself of Trump duties in order to do this. But it seems pretty interesting. We will be keeping tabs on this. You can actually probably, if you, by the time this gets posted, I will imagine that I will start posting stuff there just because it's a brand new platform. We'll see how it goes. So look for Generally Nerdy on GETTR. In that same vein, the next new platform we're going to be talking about is a platform called Fanbase. This one also has a very noteworthy creator CEO in Isaac Hayes III. So Isaac Hayes, the musician, was Isaac Hayes Jr. or the second. I can't remember. It's not in the notes because I take amazing notes. But Isaac Hayes, the musician, the one that we all know and love, the yeah baby, that guy, his son, Isaac Hayes III, has a new platform called Fanbase. Fanbase is it seems like a very creator-centric platform that has not officially launched just yet. It is in the beta phase, so if you are a creator, then you can sign up and hopefully be chosen to help them test it out on the beta and start gaining fans on Fanbase. The noteworthy thing here, aside from the creator, is that they are going to allow monetization on every creator's post. So you don't have to go through the same hurdles that you do on other platforms. I'm looking at you, YouTube. But because you do have to be selected as a creator on their platform, there is still a little bit of gatekeeping, which is a good thing because you can't just have any Tom, Dick, and Harry posting their content on wherever they want and trying to make money on it, because then nobody's going to make money. So kind of an interesting back and forth. We'll see how that one pans out. And I have, yes, already signed up to hopefully get a spot on the creator platform. So as that develops, we will be keeping tabs on that as well. I will be keeping you abreast of all of the information. That being said, that is what we have for gaming and tech. Okay, so TV, streaming, movies, and rumors all honestly are going to be very short. So it's part of the reason why I am including some extra pieces for the other outlets. Either way, this is what we have for TV streaming. It's mostly follow-ups. We do have one, it's all follow-ups, sorry. So our first follow-up is the Alien series that's coming to Netflix that we've been talking about. It was just made known by Noah Hawley, series creator, showrunner, whatever you want to call it, that this series is going to not only take place on Earth, which therein lies one issue, but is also going to be an examination of social inequality or income inequality and check boxes for issues that really... Science fiction is a wonderful vehicle. I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. Science fiction is a wonderful vehicle because you can analyze things from a different perspective and have it be reflective on current times, today's whatever, in multiple ways. Alien, though, the franchise, the property of Alien, the xenomorphs and whatnot, has never been one that is a great way to examine these kind of things. And also, anytime that we see too much time spent on Earth in this universe has always been a dramatic miss in the franchise. I don't know of any of the movies or anything that have to do with the Alien franchise that deal with Earth, specifically the AVP movies. Technically, the most recent Predator movie is in that, and then the second, with the exception of the Predator solo movies, even though the most recent Predator movie was kind of garbage too. But anything that has a xenomorph on Earth has never played well at all. So that is probably my biggest issue, because I 100% think that if anyone can do something awesome with something politics-wise that I don't necessarily agree with, it's gonna be Noah Hawley. But Alien is not a vehicle through which those kind of inequalities, those kind of issues is well examined. It just seems more like a cerebral property to me. It's more of a if I had written a script for the episode, I'd be able to say this better, because I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I can't get behind forcing an idea into a property that does not harbor that idea well, I guess is a accurate way to put it. Is it possible that this can be examined in a way that makes you kind of take a second look at the things that it's looking to bring to light? Absolutely. It's going to be a very difficult task, though, and I will just leave it at that. And we're going to move on to our next follow-up. Next, we're talking about Smallville. Just a real quick correction from the last episode. I said David Rosenbaum. The hell was I thinking? Michael Rosenbaum is the guy who played Lex Luthor, is also one of the, it seems, because we don't know the official structure of it yet, but seems he's going to be producer, showrunner, and voice for the animated series that is coming to the CW. So I'm a dummy, and we're moving on. Our next piece is a real quick follow-up on the Last of Us series over on HBO. They have moved into the principal photography phase, so we will be seeing through the interwebs and such, we will be seeing set photos and stuff that we're not necessarily going to cover on the show unless something major develops. But yeah, just so you know, we are in that stage for the Last of Us series. So let's move into the next section for this, and then we're going to be done, and that is the trailers section for TV streaming. We do have two notable trailers. First up is Yellowstone, the Paramount Plus series, or the Paramount series, I guess, will be coming to Paramount Plus. Paramount is doing a 4th of July binge watch. If you want to catch up on the first 3 seasons of Yellowstone, you can do that. You can follow the link in the show notes in order to see this trailer. And yeah, pretty freaking awesome. I'm a huge fan of the Yellowstone series. I think Kevin Costner is doing wonderful things over there, but that is what we have for that. Moving to our next trailer and the end of this section, and that is Walking Dead Season 11. The final season for the mainline series is coming, and we just got our first trailer. Go check it out. I have a little bit of catching up to do because I haven't finished Season 10 yet, but I will get that done before the launch of Walking Dead in August 22nd to be specific. That being said, that is everything we have for TV streaming. Movie section is ever so brief for today, and that is because we only have one thing, and that one thing is a trailer, and that trailer I have yet to watch, because I am definitely going to be doing a reaction video for this. Generally Nerdy YouTube channel is where I do all of the reaction videos. Like I said in the intro, I will be dropping a bunch of them over the course of the next 2 weeks. Hopefully I can get approximately 5-6 reaction videos done this weekend, and yeah, we can get that going. Anyway, Mortal Kombat, the Battle of the Realms, the new animated series that's coming out in August, just dropped its first trailer, and I am really itching to watch it, but I have not watched it. I have definitely seen some screen grabs from it, because you kind of can't avoid pictures on the internet when you're going through the social feeds, but you can avoid videos, believe it or not, and I have yet to watch it. So, that being said, I'm sure it's amazing. I have heard that there is a lot in this trailer that maybe spoils some things. I mean, not that this is really going to be treading any sort of new ground for Mortal Kombat fans, because this is just retelling basically the second and third tournaments, I would imagine. Somewhere, judging by the screenshots I've seen and the characters involved and the little bit of synopsis I've heard from the storyline, that we're going to be getting the second tournament, the third tournament, and then a little bit beyond that, and then some really deep cuts on the mythology like we talked about when we talked about the casting announcements. So yeah, we're going to just move on because I'll just keep talking Mortal Kombat all day. And Rumor Mill. Rumor Mill, I honestly didn't dig as hard as I should have because it was so hard to find things that were worth talking about in the other sections. I apologize, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on anyway from the bit of digging I did do to find some rumors. So we only have one rumor for this section, and that is a gaming rumor, and it's kind of huge. Kind of a gigantic rumor should it pan out. And that rumor is that Hideo Kojima and Kojima Studios, his production team, are signing a deal with Xbox, with Microsoft Studios specifically. Not like an exclusivity deal necessarily. Definitely not something where Microsoft is going to buy Kojima Studios, because, oh man, I can only wish. But they are, at least according to the rumor, signing a deal that says the next project that Kojima Studios puts out is going to be in correlation with Microsoft Game Studios. And that, my friends, is pretty amazing. It does come from a very, very reputable source. Actually, two very reputable sources talking about this. So partially because I'm super excited about it and partially because of how reputable the sources are, we're putting this one 80%. 80% likelihood I am putting almost all of my chickens into this one basket, saying that the next Kojima Productions game is going to be in correlation with, is going to be in correspondence, some sort of meshing with Microsoft Game Studios, and I cannot be more excited unless it was like Kojima joining up with Ed Boon to do, oh man, how crazy would that be? Kojima, Ed Boon doing a story-based Mortal Kombat action-adventure game? Oh, that would blow my mind. Anyway, that is all we have for rumors today, nerds. And that does it for this episode of Headlines Nerds. For a more in-depth conversation on all of the nerdy bits plus the rest of the nerd news, and honestly, I chopped out a fair amount, you can join me over on my YouTube channel, Generally Nerdy. While you're here, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on all of the Big Show entertainment media platforms, and tune in next time for all that's happening across the nerd world.